Tell us, I don't know if you know, but I'm going to ask you, the zoo, the beginnings of the zoo.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to, I've lived in Peterborough for 30 years, and we've been going to the zoo for off and on for 30 years, but I know nothing about what was the actual beginnings of the zoo.
It's really an amazing story, and it's a fun story. And it's pretty well documented in the archives of the zoo's records. And a fair bit of it's actually documented in the Peterborough Examiner. So back in 1933...
Oh, this is getting back.
This is a year or two ago. Back in 1933, there was no zoo, but the water treatment plant was up there. The water plant's been up there for a very long time. The gentleman who was the manager of Peterborough Utilities at the time, or president and CEO actually, his name was Ross Dobbin. And he went to Florida to attend a water treatment conference. And while he was there, one of the delegates from Florida gave him a present. You might think a business conference, maybe a new tie or a briefcase or something like that. No, what he actually received was a gift of 2 baby American alligators.
Oh, trouble.
And we actually have a photo of Mr. Dobbin in front of the water plant holding these 2 baby American alligators in his 3-piece suit with his hat. So he brought the alligators back to Peterborough, and at that time there was a big ornamental fountain that sat right between the plant and Water Street. And he put the alligators in this fountain and told the guys who worked at the plant to take care of the alligators. So people in the community heard there were alligators at the water treatment plant.
And here they go.
And started to visit.
Sure.
Then, and I don't know why or how this happened, over the next 7 years, they ended up acquiring an orphaned bear cub, injured doe, a bunch of waterfowl, and then a merchant sailor came back to Peterborough and brought with him what he called a Rhodesian monkey. And as they acquired these animals, they set up these kind of tiny ramshackle cages around the old monkey house building. Mm-hmm. And the more animals they had there, the more that people in the community were coming to visit the water plant. So in the 1960s, there were enough people coming to visit the property, and they were spending enough time and resources managing this little collection that the utilities actually made it official, created Riverview Park and Zoo as a department in the utilities. Mm-hmm. The city recognized the property as a park in the city, and they were able, with an act of provincial parliament, to enshrine park and zoo funding in the water rates.
Okay.
So that's why we're able to offer this wonderful free admission facility.
So we're going to talk about that too.
Yeah, because we are permitted to use a small percentage of the city's water revenue, or not the city's, sorry, the utilities' water revenue to fund the park and zoo.
Oh, I don't personally like paying taxes. I know it's a necessity, but yeah, that's money towards a zoo. I mean, that's because let's explore this more.